What is up, my fellow gamers? I am going to go ahead and show you something that is super cool today, something that I have decided to try. Reaper Kings versus the new Valguero bosses. Now, that being said, these Reaper Kings, yes, I know the instantaneous thing everyone's going to think is, yes, level 300, these are not fair, blah, 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 blah. Let me show you their stats before you start thinking that. All of these are not good. They are actually quite terrible Reapers. This is probably the highest one at 17,000 health and 546 melee. Now, to put in perspective for those of you that don't know Reapers very well, most of them, high level ones worthwhile actually, they get you good health. You can sit easily at 40k health. Now I'll show you 17,455. Sorry if I cough a little bit, still sick. Now 16,420. You've got 14,504. So these are not good Reapers. They're quite awful, actually. And we're going to go ahead and test these guys up against the bosses. I do not have max limit for these things. I'm only bringing in 15. Just so you know. Now, these are also terrible. None of them are imprinted to me, so they're all going to take normal damage. And obviously, there's no light pets. They won't take full damage. But obviously, the big thing is going to be the dragon taking down those huge chunks of damage. So let's go ahead and find out how these things do. Now, the big thing that I think you should notice before, I thought about starting it right there, but we're going to go ahead and pause for a second. Make sure, a lot of people have been telling me that they're having, excuse me, issues bringing inside of these boss fights their tames. Just make sure they're nice and close to the center. And then once you get inside, make sure you have everything ready to go. There's nothing worse when you get into a boss fight and you're not good to go. So let's go ahead and do this boss fight. Now, obviously, if you haven't heard or seen my videos before, make sure you hop off these things. Not worth it. Sometimes it glitches you out, so just be careful. Now, what I would bring, if you're doing the solo or in a group, spyglass, about 100 med brews, water, food, and some sort of long distance weapon in case the Manticore is not going to come down from the sky. Now, obviously, usually they do. However, it doesn't always work, so just be careful. That's my only suggestion. However, getting on this thing, not a good idea. Just hop off, save yourself the time, save yourself the effort, because if you go in there and get DC'd, that's not what you want to have happen. Now, we're going to go ahead and go down here. Step number 1, go down to the bottom of the ramp, like you see right here. The reason that you're going to do this is actually pretty simple. It kind of initiates the boss fight, and also it does one big thing when it comes to preventing the Manticore from actually like freezing up. Sometimes she has a tendency to freeze up, and that causes big issues when it comes to actually doing damage to her up top, because she'll freeze up there and there's nothing you can do and she'll just get stuck. I'm sure some of you have had this happen to you already, which kind of sucks, but just be careful. That's my biggest suggestion. And this is why you bring in your med brews in case you take a little bit of damage right here from these dimorphodons, stuff like that. Just attack them, no big deal. You're good to go. Now, break out that spyglass. Obviously, I'm a little bit stuck here. Whistle attack my target. There you go. That is how you really start this. And they'll launch their initial attack. And what you want to try and do is try and make it so that these guys don't take too much fire damage, because that's 10% of the health, no matter what kind of health, stealth, stamina, anything, doesn't matter at all. It does 10% of their health, no matter what. So you got to be careful about that. So as you can see right now, we're just going to sit here and we're just going to smoke this thing. The best thing you can do with the dragon is try and take it out as quick as possible, because it really is the dangerous one here. The Manticore, yeah, it does float in the sky, and that can be a pain in the butt, but really, the dragon is the hard one. Once you take it out, you're good. You noticed I lost some health. I'm going to med brew up a little bit right there, and really that's why you brought him, so don't be sparing on him. And we're just going to keep attacking this guy. Now, I would like to say that this is highly doable. The only thing you need to get past is the dragon. Now, one thing, if you've got a couple of people that I'm not sure it works because I've never tried it before. If you have a Megapithecus on your shoulder, they will actually throw their poop at the bosses, which causes them to slow down and does damage over time, which is quite nice. So, obviously you see, these guys are doing pretty good. They took a couple of fire blasts, so we're going to go ahead and check out the... oh, wow. Some of them are really, really bloody. That's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and get them to follow me anyways. We're going to go after the next boss here. Come on, guys. There we go. Now, as you can see, a lot of them are quite bloodied up, which is not good. We don't want that to be the case. I will try and lead the charge into the Megapithecus, but a lot of these things are heavily, heavily damaged. So, pull out your spyglass again. Look at the Mega. Whistle attack this target, and they will go after it. Remember, you brought your med brews for a reason. Use them. Now, obviously, as you can see, this thing takes the slowed damage, which is really big time. So if I was you, make sure, obviously you see I got hit by that purple again. This is why you brought your med brews. Make sure you use them. As you can see, I'm just sitting here spamming them a little bit right there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get out of that. For some reason, she is just ganging up on me right now. So we're going to go ahead and give her our attack here. As you can see, the Megapithecus is taking a lot of damage. The Reapers are doing a pretty good job of kind of keeping him slowed, moving, all that stuff. This Manticore is really causing damage to me. This is the first time I've ever had to do that much damage. There are a couple of these Reaper Kings that are starting to die, as you can see, because that Mega does a ton of damage. It's just you have to be close to take the damage. And obviously you can see he's almost donezo, which is nice. Oh my goodness, what is happening? I am stuck on the tail. That's kind of funky. So now our next target, we want to make sure we whistle attack this target on the Manticore. We'll wait till it lands and we'll J-whistle these guys. Oh, acid burn. Darn it. Now mine looks like it's about to pass out, which is unfortunate. Oh, wow. They are all going after her. Sweet. Now I'll sit back here and throw this stuff at her because that'll at least slow her down a little bit, which is helpful, obviously, because you want to keep her on the ground. The one big issue that people tend to run into is this thing, Manticore, that being, is that it doesn't tend to, I think a good way to put it is land very much. And when it doesn't land very much, the biggest suggestion I have to you that tends to help the most is that you should, I mean, obviously she's landing a ton, stay still. If you do not stay still, she has a tendency to stay up in the sky because she can't lock onto a target. Now what you want to do, and this is something that I've tested and a few other people have tested as well, just make sure you are, oh my goodness, this thing's going to pass out. It's almost fully narked here. So, if she has a still target to aim at, what you'll notice is she tends to land a lot more. Oh, it's down. It's gone down. Okay. Next one up. We're going to go with this one. About half health. We're doing pretty good on it, though. So as you can see, it's doable, but her landing is a pain in the butt, so as long as you stay... I don't know what that one's doing. He's like floating on the ground. That's kind of cool. As you can see, here she comes. Stay kind of still, and she will land with you. And slow her a little bit here, as you can see. She took a little bit of damage. So try to avoid evasive maneuvers if you can. Tank a couple of those hits. And the more you can tank, the higher probability she comes down. I don't know what she's doing up there. She's not firing, nor going through her animation. There it is. So I took the one right there. I'll look at this next one. Took the second one. There's the third. Well, if you're going to freeze right there, I'll take a couple of shots off at you. Oh, no. She took a step down to the ground, but didn't quite come all the way to the ground. As you can see, these Reapers are super bloody, but I think this is going to be doable. We'll see. Alright. I'm just going to have these guys follow me for right now because she seems to not want to land where they are. Let's try and reposition them. I'm sure this is something that a lot of you are like, yep, this happens to me a lot. We just got to get out of the sky. Maybe if I give her a nice big target right there. Look it, it's a big group. Oh, now you want to come down. The big group did it for you? Cool. Oh, and she's up again. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. So I'm just going to try and stay somewhat still. And obviously, as you can see, try and aim up there for her. Oh, she's coming down again. Lovely. What? Philly fake out. She gave me a fake out. So, obviously this is the hard part of the boss fight, waiting for this. We got rid of the dragon. Took some damage doing it, but we got rid of it. And, ooh, she might land right here, and this would be... Oh my goodness, come on now. Whistle neutral on these guys so that way we know they attack for sure. She seems to not want to land right now, which is not fun. Worst part of the boss fight, trying to make her land. Come on, please. Oh, that might actually hit her. Nope, not quite. Where is this even little turd at? There he is. Oh my goodness. Come on now. I didn't even move. Well, if this keeps up for too much longer, I'll try and speed it up a little bit for you. But obviously, as you can see, she is taking her sweet time up there. And she moves a lot, so that's a pain in the butt. Obviously, if you have your long-distance weapon, this would be the time to break it out. So if you have that pump-action shotgun or a sniper rifle, those are good things to have. And really, you gonna want me to move my group? Is that what it's gonna take? You're just gonna hang out up there? It's not very nice. Fine, we'll move. We'll go somewhere else. Obviously, you don't like it over here. We'll go over here. Throwing a little hissy fit on us. There we go. She's throwing hissy fits like there's no tomorrow. This is a pain in the butt. Please land. Oh my goodness. This has got to be up there for one of the most annoying boss fights in a while. Let's go ahead and try somewhere around. Where'd she go? You can see her shadow on the ground, but I'm not going over there. Let us try over here. Obviously, you can see this one's running low on his ability to take more torpor, so we're going to take our time and wait for this thing to come down. Goodness gracious. So anyways, while I wait for this thing to land, I'll try and entertain you a little bit. If you haven't seen a couple of my videos on the boss fights, this is one of those situations where bringing a Deinonychus in would be a really, really good idea, simply due to the fact that these guys, those Deinonychus do that huge bleed effect, and that might be actually what I have to spawn in to even get this thing. I'm sure a lot of you have had this issue where it just hangs out up there. Come on now. But we just need to get her to the ground, which is quite a miserable experience right now. Maybe I'll just run around and see if that works. Oh my goodness, as soon as I hit the ground, she's like, yeah, this works for me. Nope, that's cool too. So, here she comes again. There we go. That'll work. Obviously, as you can see, she's trying to hit me, and I'm going to run away from her. Med brew that. It's working. Get some of that slowing effect there. Some spin. Oh yeah, come on, let's get her here. My goodness. Okay, let's see if this works again. Maybe this is like the trick here. We'll see. You can see her up there. She lost about a quarter health that time, which was nice. And we're just going to continue to wait because why not, right? Because this is the funnest part of this boss fight, waiting for the Manticore to come down so you can actually do damage. But if you had like a pump here or a sniper, that would work pretty well for you. Come on down. Come visit. Please? I'm asking nicely. I feel like that's got to be worth something, right? Maybe? No? I'll sit here and I'll just tank a blast if you want. Will that make you come down? Let's find out. That's ridiculous. She followed the call. She accepted my... Here they go. Come on, guys. Get her. As you can see, they're doing a decent amount of damage. Still doing damage to her, and she's just going to let them do it. So she lost a good little bit chunk of damage right there. I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. And please. These guys are getting pretty low on health, though. I will admit that. As you can see, this one's super duper low. What if I bury him, if that'll help a little bit? Why not? She came super low to the ground just to hit him with that stuff. That's just rude, I feel like. Come on, that's mean. Come that low to the ground and not do anything about it? Manticore, that's just straight up rude. There we go. She landed. Let my Reapers do the damage to her. She's doing that thing again. And this is just the rinse and repeat process you're going to have to do, unfortunately, because she has decided that this is going to be one of those boss fights where she takes her sweet time. Okay, I'll move a little bit so I can stand next to these Reapers, so that way when she lands we can do maximum damage to her. I have a feeling this next one's going to be good. Yep, took the hit and she decided to come down. I don't know if that's like a trick, maybe? Maybe that's something that works pretty well. We're going to find out if that's a trick, actually. I'm going to do it again. We're going to see if that works. Because that seems to be what's pulling her to the ground the most right now. If I stand here. Obviously have your med brews ready to do that damage. And then, come on now. She's almost, oh man, close. I'm going to try this again. It seems to be working, so why not? Why break something if it's working? I'll take this one. One. Oh, wow. Look at that. Have I figured it out? Have I figured out the Manticore on this map and how to fix it? Will somebody attack her, please? Maybe? I'm going to try this again. Come on. She's super low. Let's do this. Please land. I'm bagging you. I'm bagging you. There's 2 tanked hits. My Reapers are waiting. Boom. Straight hit to the head. Yeah, that's what it takes. A straight on hit. Oh my goodness. Come on. That wasn't very nice. Actually, that was quite rude. Here she comes. Let's do this. Come on. Let's go. Tank a couple of those hits from her. Let her chase me here. She's distracted with them. I think that might be the trick. Come on. Get her, get her, get her, get her, get her. Get her, get her, get her. Yeah. Look at that. I'll take it. The Reaper army for the win. Look at it go. I like it. So anyways, hopefully that video helped you out. And if you don't mind leaving a like and a subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. I try and make as many videos for you guys as I can. So that went well. I kind of enjoyed it. That was fun. So anyways, other than that, hopefully that little trick helps you if they're staying in the sky. Because it seems to be that if I hopped off, she would actually land more often. Hopefully that helps. All right. Teacher's Game 2. Out.